Hi, it's Allison, and I am here again to give you a continuation of my review, my long-term review of Diatomaceous earth. And at this point, we're at day 12. As you know, if you watch my past videos, at day 11, I passed a blood clot about the size of a quarter. It came through my nasal passages into my mouth after experiencing very, very extreme headaches for several days. And it was extremely dense, and it was also extremely bright. Okay, bright red, I should say. Anyway, so at this point, I'm like excited and like kind of in shock because I know that this is serious. There's nothing good that can come from a blood clot in your head. I've known several people who have died of aneurysms, and the idea of a blood vessel just lingering around in my head it's good that I didn't know that, because obviously it would have brought on all kinds of stress, but I'm extremely happy that it did pass. So once it did pass, I started to analyze this thing, and I said to myself, wow, this stuff is really doing serious work in me, and I'm going to increase my dosage in the future. So that was an intellectual decision that I made at that point, to assist the earth in its advancement. So although I didn't at that point, like I said, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I had already taken my dose for the day, so I left it at that for that day. So the remainder of the day went fine. I had no issues, no headache, as I had explained for the previous days. But when I went to bed that night, you know how you're sleeping and then you get woken up because you have a pain, and it has to be a kind of extreme pain if it wakes me up. So I did get an extreme pain in the middle of the night. My notes say it was around 2 a.m. and I got up and went in my ensuite, and what I noticed was again something passing, and I reached into my mouth and a second clot passed. This time it wasn't as big as the last one. It was actually about the size of a nickel. Again, very bright red and very, very dense. So a second clot passed, and that's huge. Let me also say that once these 2 clots passed, now I'm 10 months into it now. We're talking about day 12. Since then, knock on wood, I have not had one of those headaches again. I mean, these extreme headaches that I would get occasionally. Of course, none of which was extreme as the healing crisis. It was just a magnified experience with the healing crisis, but I have not gotten one of these headaches that rises and then just overtakes the side of my head where I have to lay down. That has not happened, so I'm happy to report that. So, having said that, once again, I woke up that morning and I decided I was going to increase my dose, and I started to take 2 heaping tablespoons of the earth. And I also decided that although it's working with my constipation, and now I see that the benefits and other things that are happening, that now I'm going to be hyper alert as to all of the things that could possibly happen, and pay attention to my body that much more. So I'll give you an update on my advancements from this juncture. Ciao!